Estrela, a música do ar voa além do infinito e vai buscar um sorriso, o brilho do olhar, declamando uma poesia de uma música estação. Um sonhar lindo como uma flor de nobre coração. Cante comigo, vamos amar, somar e dividir a uma estrela linda que nos faz sorrir. Estrela, a música do ar voa além do infinito e vai buscar um sorriso, o brilho do olhar, declamando uma poesia de uma música estação com tanta emoção. Um sonhar lindo como uma flor de nobre coração. Cante comigo, vamos amar, somar e dividir a uma estrela linda que nos faz sorrir.
Hello there, and welcome to our third installment of Third Friday Light. So glad that you're back tonight, August 21st. We have a bunch of folks around the building tonight and a few new businesses joining us as well. And if you don't mind, for the sake of audibility, I'm going to very carefully remove this month and ensure that I've got plenty of room around me from any other humans, just for everyone's safety. As I mentioned, I'm so glad to have up to as many as 300 guests joining us tonight live. A few extra artists, I should say, joining us. We've got, I think, 23 or 24 artists joining us from our home roster at 78th Street Studios. And then we have about 6 guest artists joining us through North Coast Promotions on our lower level and on our first floor tonight. As you know, I'm sure, if you've joined us either remotely or live in the last couple months, we've been doing this since June. We are now a ticketed event just to maintain occupancy. We're offering tickets through Eventbrite at a $5 fee, half of which returns back to benefit the artists joining us tonight. And we're also welcoming guests in, ticketed guests at our front door, where we have a sanitizer station, which guests are required to use, and we have all of the rules and the regulations posted carefully, and guests are asked to acknowledge those and read them carefully before entering the building. It's a beautiful day today. Folks have been stopping by since 5 o'clock to check out all the great art we have. And as I mentioned, we have some additional resident businesses joining us. We have 6 guest artists and a couple of great new exhibitions in Hedge Gallery and in Suite 215 Gallery. We're welcoming Ron Knight, who you'll hear more from soon. Those are all opening tonight. Now rest assured though that despite the extra occupancy, we are still following or exceeding all government mandates and way exceeding the occupancy requirements of the building. If you've been to 78th Street Studios, you know that it's a huge 2-block complex. We have artists spread out across all 4 floors, and we're welcoming only 200 to 300 guests into our building tonight. There's plenty of room to spread out. There's plenty of space among our broad corridors, and all businesses are charged with independently maintaining social distancing requirements and ensuring that their guests are diligently maintaining facial covering requirements. So please join us. I'd like to point out that down on the ramp level tonight, Art Neo is continuing their exhibition, terrific exhibition of historical Cleveland art with their Oppositions exhibit. Art Neo's open tonight. The Byzantine Gallery is offering their wonderful array of home furnishings and cool accessories from around the world. Googie Style has their amazingly eclectic array of fun, funky designs by David Kreider, along with a lot of mid-century to contemporary crazy graphic and furnishing options. And of course, we've got Yellow Cake down there, which is offering their beautiful fashion design. Along with those resident businesses, we have 3 artists from North Coast Promotions joining us tonight for the first time since March, who are offering their great designs and jewelry and just fun stuff to take in. So please enjoy them. At this point, let's head on up to the first floor and visit with some of our resident artists. And we'll start with Dawn Teckler, her Encaustic Designs.
Hi folks, welcome to Third Friday. My name is Dawn Teckler and this is my gallery, Dawn Teckler Studio. Tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about my color palette and a little bit about what inspires me in my artwork. This is a new piece that I started last weekend. I do a lot of paddleboarding on the Cuyahoga River at sunrise. So yeah, I'm one of those crazy people that get up at 5 a.m. on the water, paddling so I can hit that perfect spot so I can watch the sunrise. This particular one, it reminds me of that when you look at the horizon line and the sun is just like blinding you and you can kind of see some parts of the buildings. So there's some harsh lines, but mostly everything is more of a shape and an ethereal essence of it. So that's what I'm going for here. And like I said, the color palette is inspired by sunrise. So like you're blinded by that light, you get that kind of white yellowy light, and then up at the top, it's a little bit more blue. So that's this piece. This piece is definitely more of a focus on the steel mills and the industry of the flat. So you've got your bridges. I'm inspired by the steel mills and that landscape. So sometimes you can go, oh, that's where Shooters is, or that's that bridge, but wait, that building isn't there. So I kind of make up my own landscapes, which is more fun for me. One of the joys of being a painter and having that artistic license. So I wanted to talk about these pieces as well. It's my Summer 2020 series. All artists, I think, right now are trying to process this whole COVID thing. You know, we want to create work, we want to share it with people. And so I wanted to make smaller pieces so that they are more affordable and you can tuck them into smaller places since we all have to live in our houses and we're looking at the same 4 walls every day. So the bright colors, really happy summer, very fluid, just some fun little pieces, I think. I'm also running a special for the month of August. All artwork is 15% off, including these guys. So normally they're $112 and now they're $95. I've got other pieces that start at $45 that are also on sale for that 15% off. So if you can't make it in for Third Friday, please call me or email me and I would be happy to set up an appointment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. And I'd like to point out that besides Dawn Teckler's studio, many of Dawn's neighbors are joining us tonight, some for the first time. We also have Megan Frankenfield, who you'll hear from shortly, joining us with her beautiful paintings. 11-2 Gallery is celebrating the closing of their cool Junk Bots exhibit tonight. So I'm glad that some of our guests are getting to see that for the last time. Sean and Jen Kinley Studio are here tonight with their terrific work. Ron Johnson and Betsy Morris are sharing their oil paintings with us tonight. Laurel Herbold and Cowtown Chad are joining us tonight. Bruce Buchanan with his stained glass designs is here. Eileen Dorsey, of course, is here tonight, and she's painting at the front door, doing a live demonstration, which is super cool. So happy to have Eileen here tonight. And Eric Rippert is joining us for the first time tonight for our retooled Third Friday event. So glad to have Eric and his fun, funky, crazy paintings tonight here. I hope you don't mind me describing it that way, Eric. But in the meantime, let's head across the hall and visit with Gallery Plus, Zach Hoon's Gallery Plus. Zach?
Hello, and welcome back to Gallery Plus. Last month I went over some of the particulars of what's involved in infrared photography. This month I'd like to show you some of the actual work of some of the artists that I'm showing. Specifically, Luciano Damasi from San Diego, Matthew Stewart Piper from St. Louis, and then we'll finish with some of my own work. Hope you enjoy. Thanks. Luciano Damasi focuses on capturing the uniqueness of each moment nature provides with its immense and stunningly endless beauty. He takes photos mainly in the San Diego East Country, including Anza Borrego Desert and U.S. national parks. His real artistic love is for infrared photography. According to Damasi, the invisible world is first imagined, then captured, and finally brought to life to unleash creativity, passion, and emotions. The invisible world is part of our reality, and infrared photography is what unveils true beauty by enhancing our perception. Luciano Damasi is professor of aerospace engineering at the San Diego State University and is author of more than 100 publications in the areas of aerodynamics, structures, and aeroelasticity. He has exhibited and won awards in numerous shows, primarily in California. In 2019, he was a grand prize winner in Kalari Vision's International Infrared Photography Contest, Life in Another Light. Piper describes his style as dreamscapes or magical realism. As an innovator in infrared photography, he endeavors to create a body of work that is unprecedented in its variety of subject matter, hues, and tonal quality. His love of infrared photography began when he discovered Kodak's HIE film almost 2 decades ago. After exploring black and white infrared prints at the outset of his fine art career, he began hand coloring his artwork, creating original pieces of art which grabbed the attention of the New York Times in 2005. When the top infrared films were discontinued in 2008, he converted to digital infrared. Using a special full-spectrum camera converted to record ultraviolet, visible, and infrared light, and with various filters and the editing possibilities of Photoshop, he now has levels of artistic control he didn't previously know were possible. As a leader in the infrared community, Piper sees one of his main missions as bringing this ever-growing group of infrared enthusiasts together. To this end, he founded and curates the most innovative Instagram hub devoted to infrared photography, infrared_global, the purpose of which is the advancement of digital infrared photographers through art features, product and workshop announcements, and weekly contests with prizes. He enjoys sponsorship from some of the key businesses in the infrared community, including Kalari Vision, Life Pixels, Hoya Filters, Koken Filters, and the CLIR course. Now a little bit about my work. I came to Cleveland in 1981 to study at Case Western Reserve University, where I minored in photography. One of my most influential instructors, Nicholas LaBasi, had been a lifelong friend and student of Minor White, who was one of the first photographers to use infrared film for creative purposes, creating dreamlike scenes in the 1950s. White's influence on LaBasi had a major impact on my development as a photographic artist. I experimented with infrared film photography in the mid-1980s, but didn't do anything more with infrared until 2014, when I learned that digital SLR cameras could be modified to capture infrared light. Since then, I have focused almost exclusively on digital infrared photography, first with traditional black and white infrared images, and more recently exploring the world of false color infrared. I believe that infrared photography can present a subject with a nostalgic or futuristic feel, often at the same time. I love the timeless quality these images evoke. Well, I'm glad you were able to stop in and visit with us virtually tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the infrared photography that we were able to show you. Remember, you can also give me a call anytime or follow us and reach out on social media to set up an appointment to check out the work of this or any of our other regular artists, including Sam Francasio, Samantha Bias, Sandy Spinks, or Missy Perlick. Until next time, have a good time and stay well.
Thank you, Zach. Now let's head a couple doors over and drop in on Bruce Buchanan and see what kinds of stained glass restoration, historical restoration he's working on, and also hear a little bit about some of his creative projects. Hello, Bruce.
Well, hi there, and welcome to Third Friday. My name is Bruce Buchanan, and I've got a stained glass studio here in 78th Street Studios. Generally, I do an awful lot of commission work for homes and churches, and an awful lot of restoration and repair work. So here we've got some really humble things, cabinet doors that I've fixed for people, and some bevel windows from a house in Lakewood that were coming apart and needed a little bit of attention after 100 years. Behind me, I've got some of my little art panels that I make here in the studio, and they're kind of a modern take on stained glass, but with a little foot in the past. So I don't know, the work is always different. Everything I do is kind of a site specific, so it really depends on what you're looking for or what the home or environment calls for. So if you'd like to stop in sometime, I'm generally I'm a 9 to 5er in the studio, and so I'm here most days. If you want to give me a call beforehand and set up an appointment, I'd love to meet with you.
Thank you, Bruce. Now let's head still a few more doors east and drop in on Eileen Dorsey, voted Cleveland's best artist for years running by Scene Magazine. Eileen, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey everyone, it's Eileen Dorsey and welcome to my studio. I'm here at 78th Street Studios. I've been here for almost 11 years now. I am an oil painter focusing on landscape paintings. Most recently, I've just started offering the work that I've made in 2020. So this is your first chance to see my newest works. Here are some examples of some paintings I've done, but I really want to show off these ones over here. I almost didn't put them for sale because I love them so much. So I have a couple of smaller pieces. These are about 10 by 17 inches. It gives you an idea on size. And they're all depicting areas I went to on hikes during the last few months. So they're all local scenes, and they're all kind of like a different color scheme, which I think is kind of interesting, but I didn't really plan that. So this one is near Squire's Castle, and these oil paintings are done with a palette knife alone. They're not using any brush at all. Here is one, I think, with a similar brush chagrin. I also create these smaller paintings. I offer these online for sale. And then frequently I'll do some live painting in acrylics. So this is an example of something I would create, slightly different style, still focusing on the vibrancy of the forests around here in Cleveland. And as you can see, now I'm getting another one over here. I have my reference photo up over there, and it's getting there. This one will not be available for sale on Third Friday. I'll probably hold on to this one for several months until I'm ready to get rid of it. So Don't forget to follow me on social medias at Eileen Dorsey Studio, and please visit my website at eileendorsey.com. And if you're interested in any landscape paintings or something custom, or some murals, I'm your girl. So thanks for visiting, and have a lovely evening. I'll see you at the studios. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks so much, Eileen. Now, let's see what some of our visitors are up to tonight.
Estrela, a música do ar, voa além do infinito.
Thank you, folks. We're glad to have company tonight, and we're so glad to have such great art to enjoy. So now let's head up to the second floor and drop in on Hillary Gent and the crew at Hedge Gallery to check out her new exhibition, which just previewed Wednesday night, the work of the fantastic oil paintings of Katie Richards.
Hi everyone, welcome back to August 3rd Fridays at 78th Street Studios. We're so glad that you're joining us this evening. Welcome into Hedge Gallery. My name is Hillary Gent. I'm the gallery director here, and we're so excited to be presenting a new exhibition this evening of Cleveland artist Katie Richards' work. We have 58 pieces, new paintings by Katie Richards on view opening tonight that are going to be here until October 2nd. Katie Richards' new paintings are very pro-physicality. They represent the need for social and emotional touch with the human body, which couldn't be more relevant right now as we're undergoing a pandemic where social interaction has been extremely limited. So as we look through this exhibition, I hope that it connects with you on a very special level. You're going to see some paintings that are cropped in or zoomed in images of the human mouth or hands or other parts of the human body. And you'll also see some self-portraits and work that's been influenced by viewing other people or interactions between other people. It's candid, it's also erotic, and it's also something I think, again, we're all craving right now, that social human touch and interaction. So I encourage you, as you're looking through the work that we're presenting virtually here tonight, or in person, if you've chosen to join us that way, to also look at the exhibition online. If you go to our website, there's a link that says Shop Katie Richards Exhibition. You can click on that and see every single piece that we're presenting here in the show. So if you can't join us this evening, we're glad you're virtually joining us. The gallery does have normal business hours, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 6, Fridays, 11 to 5. I'm also so happy to make an appointment with any of you if you want to come in on your own or in a small group. So please feel free to reach out. Thanks again for joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Thank you, Hillary. Now heading down the hall, let's drop in on the gang at Ramparts Gallery, who have a really cool new show opening tonight with multiple artists represented, and including themes of sustainability.
Hello, my name is Randy Maxson. Welcome to Ramparts Gallery at 78th Street Studios. For Third Friday, we are opening an exhibit through the HAF Connects project, the Plastic Hats project. The pieces that are on display are collaborative pieces that Ron Shelton made in conjunction with artists from all around the world. The goal of the project is to highlight plastic pollution around the world. In the collection, we also feature hats made exclusively by Ron Shelton himself. They're wearable, they're beautiful, and they're works of sculpture in and of themselves. We're also featuring the work of artists Beth and John Ryan. painters that happen to be husband and wife, and friends and favorites of ours here at Ramparts Gallery. This is work of John Ryan. This is a piece by Ron Shelton, and the final two paintings on the wall are from Beth Ryan. Thank you for visiting Ramparts Gallery today, Third Friday. For information on any of the pieces in the gallery and more, visit us at rampartscle.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramparts. Now, if you'd like to join me for a block-long hike over to the west wing of the building, we're going to stop in on probably one of the more indescribable businesses in the building. It's a really unique performance experience called the Poetry Psychic Project.
Hello, my name is Dennis Michael Griesmer, and I'm the creator of the Poetry Psychic Project, which you can find in Studio 224 at West 78th Street. The Poetry Psychic Project is a performance, a piece of theater, where I ask the question, can you find your fortune in a random poem? Right now, I'm doing an open session virtually with a bunch of people who signed up in advance. But for those of you who are watching this live stream and didn't have the opportunity to sign up, I'm going to pick a poem for all of you to give you a small demonstration of how this works. In this box are a bunch of poems I have found and memorized over the past 3 years. And in this box are a series of brass coins, one coin for every poem. If I was doing a reading for you, I'd reach in here, I'd slide my hand around, and you would say, Dennis, take that one. And I would pull out the coin I was touching at that moment. 13. So we'd find 13 in the box, and I would give that to you if we were able to be together, or I would mail it to you if we were doing this virtually. And then I would perform the poem for you. 13 is a poem by Dan Albergati, Things to Do in the Belly of the Whale. Measure the room, count the ribs, notch the long days. Look up for blue sky through the spout to make small fires with the broken hulls of fishing boats. Practice smoke signals. Call old friends and listen for echoes of distant voices. Organize your calendar. Dream of the beach. Look both ways for the dim glow of light. Work on your reports. Review each of your life's 10 million choices. Endure moments of self-loathing. Look for the evidence of those before you. Destroy it. Try to be very still and listen for the sound of gears and moving water. Listen for the sound of your heart. Be thankful that you are here, swallowed with all hope, where you can rest and wait. Be nostalgic. Think of all the things you did and could have done. Remember, treading water in the center of the still night sea, your toes pointing again and again down, down into the black depths. If we were together, I'd ask you what phrase or words you most easily remember from the poem. And then we'd figure out together, why those words? Why this poem? Why this moment? There's more to coincidence than science or religion can imagine. Thanks for supporting Third Friday. Sorry you can't be here. If you want to learn more, send me an email at readings@poetrypsychicproject.com. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Dennis. Definitely feel free to experience the Poetry Psychic Project personally by tapping into Dennis's website, the Poetry Psychic Project. Now let's head a few feet away to an equally cool exhibit. It's a guest exhibit running for the next 2 months in our Suite 215 gallery. Ron Knight and family have programmed a really interesting exhibit of beautiful works in multiple media, from metal and construction materials. It's a show that I think is really meant to just inspire conversation, but you can get that directly from Ron right now. Ron, take it away.
Hello, my name is Ron Knight. We're here at Gallery 215. We're doing a retrospective of my artwork. My art is, as you can see, is a little bit different from everybody else's. I really try to invoke people to think and try to make them question the art themselves, where they're at, especially in these times that we're in. To push the boundaries on what is the art that you see. I typically don't do couch art, as you would say. It's more about not necessarily shot, but just getting a grasp on the pieces themselves and trying to see what you can see in them. This is a retrospective of my artwork, but also we're going to be including my wife and my 2 children, and then I'm blessed enough to have 6 grandkids that are going to have their art here as well. The piece right here it's called Dog, God spelled backwards. The piece itself, it kind of incorporates the American flag. We've brought pieces of God, so if you look at the D, O, and the G, they have Bible pictures on them, and then I wanted to take it and make it more of a dog though. And so then I thought, well, I'm going to put a picket fence on it, and then I'll build a gate. And then I thought about, okay, I'm going to build this gate. So then if you switch the G and the D and you made it God, then it became the pearly gates. So there's a lot of going on in the piece, and it's, you know, if you look at it just one way, it's one thing, but if you have a tendency to look a different way, then you get that. This piece in particular has started all the basis of what you see at the show today. My son was in college. He came up to me and he said, "Dad, I want to join the armed forces. I want to join the army. I want to help America." And I'm like, and I always told him that, you know, you can do what you need to do, and whatever you do it the very best you can. But I was pretty angst because I was raised in the Vietnam and the war, and it was my wife and I were both it hurt us a lot that he was going to go, and we were proud of him. But so I had this piece of metal at my house, and I painted it with spray paint, and then I took it over to my dad's house and we shot it with shotguns, slugs, 22s, 38s. We just shot and blew this thing up. And then I got discussions through work, and then I put little photographs, and then this is my son right here. And then all the other photographs are of war, but from wars long time ago. And I've just kind of built on that. I want to invoke thoughts and questions, and as this piece is called Eyes on America, and every piece, all discussions that are on here have eyeballs on it, or are seeing something. So as you're looking at this, there's a lot of different scenes and stuff that are in here that will maybe make the piece do something different from you than what I had thought. But the piece itself is you know, obviously you have the blood and the holes and stuff like that. But America's been down and out and put in holes and stuff in it. But we can still gather through this and have a piece of art up here that people can talk to and look at and question. So that's what I got.
Now let's head back to the eastern end of the second floor to drop in on Larry Waldman at Larry Waldman Fine Arts, Lawrence Waldman Fine Arts, for his cool array of anything from toys, vintage toys, to vintage Cleveland movie posters, to the fine art of Northeast Ohio dating back to the early 1900s. Larry, thanks for being here tonight.
Hi, welcome to Waldman Fine Art Gallery at 78th Street Studios. I'm Larry Waldman. I'm an art historian, and I use the gallery mainly to do my research into my writing. I've done a whole series of exhibitions and catalogs and magazine articles over the years. And in the course, I've collected quite a bit of art, especially Cleveland art, some of which here is for just enjoyment and some really is for sale. Show you a few of the pieces to give you an idea. Here we have a wonderful oil by Clara Dike, who worked in the 20s, 30s, 40s doing Cubist expressionist work. Here it's very interesting. I have in addition a whole series of prints and etchings. This is by Kalman Kubini, who ran the WPA program for printmaking, which was a center part of the New Deal. And it's a Cubist form of the dockyards and the harbor. Here's another artist who actually taught in Cleveland State, Hans, and it's of a lineman, which was the cover of an Ohio Bell catalog. Over here is something different. We had the center of our lithograph poster making in the country here, Morgan Litho in 1890. You may recognize this structure. It's the Soldier and Sailor Monument down in Public Square, and it was selected for the commission. And then over here you see a lot of the silent movie posters that were done during that period. So there's a little bit for everyone, and there's some history I am glad to share, but also I learned from a lot of people who come by. Well, as you see, there are a lot of things. I want to just show over here for a minute. Charles Birchfield is a noted Cleveland artist and did wallpaper designs in the 20s. And we're very fortunate to have a few of his more colorful designs all for sale if someone is interested. We also, as you went around, picked up that we have a lot of robots, space toys, old tin toys. And in addition to my research as an art historian, I also have a website, Cybertoys, cybertoyz.com, which is one of the leading sellers of antique toys on the internet. We've actually been a business for over 20 years with 250,000 visitors during that time. And we do everything from Disney to cast iron racers to, it's alive, the occasional robot which tries to escape. So I hope you'll have a chance to stop by on the third Friday, or if you contact my website, cybertoys.com, there's information getting in touch with me, and I'd be happy to arrange an appointment time. Well, masks on again, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks very much for stopping by.
Thank you, Larry. Now let's just take a minute to visit with a few of our guests enjoying the art.
Amando uma poesia de uma música estação. Sonhar.
Thanks, folks. It's great to see people having fun here at 78th Street on a third Friday. Once again, we've been doing this for 13 to 14 years, and it's fun to be coming back even on a small and safe scale. So I do want to mention that Justin Brennan is showing his fantastic portraiture up on the third floor at Brian Straw's Survival Kit Gallery. and we hope to see more businesses active up there in the future. So now let's head back down to the first floor and stop in with Megan Frankenfield and take a look at some of her great work. Megan?
Hi, welcome to Third Fridays at 78th Street Studios. My name is Megan Frankenfield. I'm relatively new here, so this will be my second show, finally. I'd like to show you some of my work. It is inspired by factory windows, old windows in Cleveland that caught my eye about 12 years ago. I love the fact that nature acts on the glass and changes the colors and creates these beautiful patinas. And so my work is supposed to mimic that a bit, but then I take it to the next level by boosting the colors. In some of my work, you'll see imagery behind the actual paint. In this piece, that you'll see embedded in the image, there is actually a photograph, a complete photograph behind all the paint. And this is a scene from Lake Erie during the summertime with a sailboat. You can see the horizon line. This is a big wave splashing up. So I try to pull the colors from the photographic image and actually build on those colors to create that illusion that you're looking through a window. Here's another example of an image that creeps out, kind of peeks out at you from behind the paint. This is a bird from when I was on vacation in Florida. It's a seagull on the beach, and you can see the dark, contrasting, stormy background with the bright lit beach here in the front. And this one is definitely a favorite. Birds are very popular. So when you look at these pieces, often people ask me the same questions. They ask me what they're made out of. They think they're ceramic or tile, and they're always surprised to find out they're light as a feather. They're acrylic paint on canvas. So if you try to lift it carefully, you can lift it with one finger. They're very lightweight and very easy to take care of. They are simply just layers of acrylic paint. Part of my process is photography. I love to take pictures of things in Cleveland, like the Cleveland signs that are in the parks, and then I paint over those, and these are really meaningful to local residents. I've also done commission work for people when they've given me their own photographs, and I've had them printed on canvas, and then they choose the color palette. I like to paint all sizes and shapes so that it will fit whatever you need, your budget, your wall, your small space, your huge wall, whatever you need. So I really try to work with my clients to try to figure out how to please them.
Thank you, Megan. Now let's head next door and drop in on Ron Johnston and Betsy Morris and take a look at what they've been doing during the pandemic. Some beautiful work, I'm sure.
Hi, welcome to Third Friday. We've missed you. I'm Betsy Swift Morris. I've been painting here at 78th for quite a while, and it's been quite disruptive to have the pandemic, but it's also given me a challenge to try new art forms. I was in Florida when it hit, and I didn't have my usual oil supplies, so I found that watercolor was a wonderful medium for me to explore. I set up and did quite a few drawings, and the fluidity of watercolor kind of impacted and helped me through figuring out this COVID. I enjoyed working with them very much. One of the other artists that shows with us is Grant Gephardt. He lives in Windsor, Ohio, and when I talked to him on the phone, he said as well that the COVID was something that has been affecting his artwork, and his paintings I'm showing with the watercolor. So come on out, have fun, and look forward to seeing you in the future. This is the interior of our studio, and as you can see, we have a wonderful new wall painted, and it kind of sets off some of our fun paintings. These are two I've done. I love setting up still lifes in the studio I studied art history. I loved Matisse. I love the concepts of the textures, the porcelains, and of course flowers. I love flowers. So these are two examples of my still lifes that will be up for Third Friday. Thank you. Enjoy.
Hi, my name's Ron Johnston. I'm a plein air painter. I share a studio with Brant Gephardt and Betsy Morris. We all paint together outside on occasion. And recently I've been doing a lot of painting up in Maine. And these are 3 examples of a place called Owl's Head that I've done a good number of paintings of. Thank you. Hope to see you at 78.
Thanks, Betsy and Ron. Now let's head over to 11-2 Gallery and take a look at what the partners at 11-2 have been showing in their space, and one last look at the Junk Bots exhibit.
Hi, this is Rich at 11-2 Gallery. Welcome. We're back here at Third Fridays, and we miss all of you. We are a pop art gallery and a contemporary art gallery. Next door in our other room, we're featuring our fun show we've been sitting on for a few months for obvious reasons, called Junk Bots. And the concept is simple and fun. It's find anything around your house, your garage if you're not using, and turn it into a robot. We have about 15 artists who made just that, robots out of junk. So some of them are very serious and some of them are very comical, and they just make you laugh, but ultimately they make you look at things that you might find in your junk drawer.
Thanks much, Rich, Christina, and Billy. So I really want to thank our good friends Moises Borges and Dave Casper for being here tonight playing. Moises is a fantastic Brazilian guitarist, and Dave's been treating us to his amazing, very extemporaneous sounds of his woodwinds. Thank you guys for supplying us with some great entertainment tonight and some beautiful music. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight remotely, and we want to welcome you back whenever you're comfortable and whenever you're ready to join us personally. We're hoping to continue to expand our event each month, but in a very safe way, carefully monitoring and respecting all of the safety requirements throughout the state, and ensuring that your health is of paramount importance, along with the health of our individual businesses and artists here. So thank you again for joining us via live stream, and please continue to join us on Facebook, Instagram, and follow us on YouTube. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel, where we'll have a high-res version of tonight's live cast up in a short period of time, probably a week to 2 weeks, in which you'll be able to navigate among the individual artists and check out some of your favorite work and favorite folks here at 78th Street. So we appreciate you being here tonight, and I can't emphasize enough the importance and the accessibility of all this great art online. Many of the businesses here have a strong online presence and have created during the pandemic their own online stores where you can shop and enjoy all of the work plus hundreds of pieces more than you've seen tonight. Through their individual businesses, which you can access hopefully through our website, 78thstreetstudios.com. Just navigate to the list of individual businesses in the building and click on their name to track down their websites and any specific contact information. I'm sure if you were to reach out to them directly, they'd be more than happy to hear from you. So remember, please support the arts, support Cleveland artists, and remember, buy local. Until next month, we look forward to seeing you, and thanks again. Can't thank you enough for being here tonight. Take care.